Hi everybody, this is my channel Mimi Heba. Welcome to my channel. My name is Vicky. Once again, welcome to my channel and thank you so much for being here. I truly appreciate your time and your energy and that you share with me in my channel. As I've mentioned before, in my channel I share my life experiences, I share my insights with you, and in so doing my hope and intention is that there'll be something here that will encourage, that will inspire, motivate, or educate you, especially if you're on your transformational journey. So if that resonates with you, please feel very at home right here in this channel and in this video. And on to my topic on today's video, which will be about manifestation. And in this particular video, I have titled it not so much how to manifest, but what we manifest, being, that being the question. And it's just me sharing my thoughts, some insights, like I've mentioned before, that I've gained as I have explored this topic of manifestation for myself, as I feel it's such a relevant topic. Whether or not we're aware of it, it's very much a part of our daily lives. So I was looking up the definition of manifestation, and it is defined as, in so many words, as bringing into reality what we desire. And bringing into physical existence, physical reality from our thoughts, from our desires, from bringing something into a physical form. And I was thinking about that, and I was thinking about how, sometimes manifestation has been limited to just being about the only time that you can manifest, or the only time that you're manifesting, or that we are manifesting, is only when positive things are happening in our lives. But in actual sense, we have manifested our reality. We have manifested everything in our life, in our reality as it is, whether the good, the bad, and the ugly. And that some people can argue, and that's fine. I think we are all entitled to our own opinion. But for me, my understanding of manifestation has been exactly that what we put out there through our thoughts we are so powerful. We are co-creators, we are manifestors. And that is an inherent gift that we all have, or an inherent ability that we are all born with. To me, I see manifestation as breathing. The same way that we breathe is the same way that we manifest. It's really a part of our daily lives. As soon as we wake up, when we are putting thought into something, when we're putting energy and focus into something, we're bringing it into existence by putting our energy into that. And if we look at breathing as an example, we don't start to breathe when we learn how to breathe. As a matter of fact, a lot of us don't know how we breathe. We don't know how the whole mechanism of our body takes place so that we can breathe. But that doesn't stop us from breathing. We all, as long as we're living, we're breathing in and we're breathing out. That is what is essentially keeping us alive and keeping our bodies moving, is that we're able to breathe in oxygen that our body cells need, and we're able to get rid of waste through breathing out carbon dioxide. And that mechanism, as I've mentioned, it happens. Our bodies continue to breathe in from the day we are born and breathe out until the day we take our last breath, essentially. So we don't start to breathe when we know how to breathe. We breathe as soon as we're born. We breathe when we are asleep. We breathe whether we are conscious of it, whether we remember to or not. We are always breathing. And it's the same with manifestation. We are always manifesting. We are constantly manifesting, whether we know it or not, whether we are thinking about it or we're not. It's part of who we are. It's what we do as humans. It's what we are inherently, is we are manifestors. We are co-creators. And so through our thoughts, that's how powerful our thoughts are. That's how powerful our words are. We are bringing into existence our reality, into existence our lives, into existence everything that we have and that we are living through, right? And that happens collectively, or it happens in an individual level. And so I feel this is important to point out, because what the difference about being aware of what it is we're manifesting and what we're not is exactly that. Is if we don't know that when we put our energy to something, that we bring it into existence, we find ourselves putting our energy into things that we don't want to bring into existence, that we don't want to bring into our reality. But our energy is focused on that. And what does that bring? What does that do? That means that we manifest that we don't want to manifest, because we have put in our energy into those things. We have put our focus there. A good example is this, and I've seen this happen, and I'm sure you've seen this happen as well if you really think about it and if you really analyze situations as they happen. If you say, oh my God, I don't want to be late, but I know I'm going to be late. I know something will happen and I'll be late for this meeting. And I really, really don't want to be late for this meeting. And I really want to make sure that, I'm not late. But always is something that always happens with meetings and me and keeping time. And I'm not going to make it. I'm just giving an example. And I know that I'll be late. And what happens? Despite your best efforts, something comes up, You might even get ready, something comes up. You lose your keys, God won't start, something happens, and as you'll have it, you're late for your meeting, or there's traffic beyond what you thought, there's a road construction, there's road blockages, something happens that hinders you from making to your meeting in time. And what that has done is because you have put your energy and your focus on being late, right? On the fact of, well, I don't want this to happen, but I know it happens. So in essence, what kept playing back was being late for this meeting, Whereas if you learn how to shift your focus and your energy and say, I will not be late for this meeting, I'll keep time. Everything will go as it's meant to go. And these are the affirmations that we're told to say every morning. And this is something I do every single day and every single moment I have. Especially when I'm doing something that I feel in the past, maybe for example, I had to have a wisdom tooth extracted yesterday, actually. And, it's something that has given me anxiety before. I'm not someone who loves dental visits. I'm sure many of you share my feelings, but it's something that I needed done. And I started affirming right from the morning that this is going to be a good visit. All will go well. My tooth will come out well. I'll not be in pain. If I'm in pain, it's going to be minimal. Everything will happen in a nice and flow, in a flow state as it's meant to be. It's not going to be hard. And I was affirming, and I was just positively affirming and thanking the universe, thanking God. I'm thanking you that I have this opportunity to have this tooth extracted so that it's no longer in the way, so that I can, my teeth can do better. This is just part of taking care of my teeth. And I had my appointment, and within, I think it was 15 minutes, the dentist had actually predicted it might take longer, and she had a look at the tooth. She thought, oh my God, I'm not too sure, we might have to do this. And in my head, I kept affirming the easiest route possible. And honestly, it was painless. As you can see, you probably would not have noticed that I've had a tooth extraction done yesterday. It was done, and I was out of there, I think, in 15 minutes. It was so quick. It was so easily done. I was home. I was in a bit of discomfort. I needed to take some time off and get some rest, but that is expected. But putting in that's a practice I've learned to do, and I've seen it yield so many positive results in my life. I'm so careful about how I talk because I've learned the power of my words. I've learned that once those words come out, I've put it out in the universe. So if I put out something that's not positive, if I say something to the effect of, I'm going to have a bad day, I've already put it out there, So the universe will have to honor that and there you go. I have myself a bad day. But if I wake up and I say, this is going to be an amazing day, I thank God for this opportunity. I thank God for life. I thank God for my breath. I thank God that I've had, I have food, I have shelter, I have everything that I have. If I focus on all the positive things in my life, that's where my energy goes. And the day, I'm not even kidding. It's not to say that they're not things that won't come, that will, that are out of the norm. But having that positive outlook and positive attitude and continuing to affirm really ensures that I am manifesting consciously. So that's the difference. The difference is we are unconsciously manifesting crisis. We are unconsciously manifesting chaos into our lives by just how our thought processes are and the words that we speak, the conversations we have with others, that leads to the actions that we take, and that creates our reality. So it's so important that we are vigilant, that we are watchful, that we are conscious of our thought processes, of our self-talk, the way we talk to ourselves. You need to have that positive self-talk. And if you find that you do have negative thoughts and negative self-talk, this is my advice. I've been there. I was once someone who used to have a lot of negative self-talk, but I learned to work through that energy and understand the root of that conversation, of that self-talk, where it began, because that's not who I am. God did not create me to be less than what I am. God created me to be an authentic, beautiful, confident woman. And so I learned to say, well, let me sit with that thought and really ask myself, is that really who I am? No, it's not. Maybe it's someone who said, maybe it's an event that took place that left me thinking that way, but I'm not defined by one event. I'm not defined by one situation that took place. I am a person, who has different situations that take place, and those different situations make me up as a person. And so I focus on the positive in my life. I focus on the good parts of my life. I evolve, I change, I work on where I need to work on. But I'm always wanting to manifest happiness, to manifest good things, to manifest happiness, to manifest joy, abundance. And I put my focus on that, and I use gratitude, and I use positive affirmations, positive self-talk, and also the thought processes being positive. I did talk about our belief systems in my last video, and that was important for me to address, because our belief systems, as I said, are our building blocks. So the way we manifest comes from our perception of ourselves and our perception of the world, and that is fed to us through our childhood, through the conversations that we have, or the talk that we were given, that we were told over and over again. And sometimes we need to review those conversations. We need to review our belief systems, because they may no longer be aligned with the reality that we want to create for ourselves in the future. And that doing that inner work, which I mentioned before, of reviewing, it's not an easy thing to do, but it's so essential, and it really does pay back. It will give such positive outcomes when you do that self-reflection, and when you do that inner work. And you do see where there might be some negative tones in your belief systems, because those are the unconscious and the subconscious belief systems. Those might play out even in situations where you're wanting to manifest abundance. You still have to do that inner work of understanding the building blocks. What is the thought process? What is the programming that's running behind, that's making you up, that's feeding you about yourself, and that's feeding you about about the world. And this program is running in the background, and it's constantly running. So it's one that you need to update as you would your computer, right? You need to do an update, and it needs to reflect where you want to go in your life. If you want more, if you are looking for a more balanced life, if you're looking for, I don't know what your goals are, but depending on what you want to achieve for yourself moving forward, it's very essential to go back to those belief systems, because where you are, your current reality, gives you a great insight into the thought process you had in the past, that has led you up to now, because it's through that you have manifested your current reality. But essentially in this video, what I wanted to highlight is that we all are manifestors. We all know how to manifest. The difference is, what are we manifesting into our lives? And that is where we want to bring consciousness and mindfulness into how we manifest, into what we want to bring into our lives, so that we can be careful about the talks the talk that we have with others and our self-talk. Once you understand how powerful you are as a manifestor, you really begin to really hold back in negative talk. Once you understand that what you're putting out there, you're really the one who is bringing that back into your reality. You're really sowing the seeds for your tomorrow's future. So being vigilant, being aware of what you want to create in your future through the thoughts that you have right now, through the self-talk that you have right now, and through the conversations that you have with other people, really sets you up for a future that you desire, that you want, that you've set the goals for, and that looks happy, and that reflects or is aligned to what you desire and what you want and what your purpose is here. So I will leave this video here. As I said, I really wanted to cover the topic of how, rather not how, but what we manifest into our reality, which is a bit of a different take to maybe what has been done previously, but it still aligns to, and it still speaks to the same. It's all about understanding or being conscious about what we are bringing into our reality. But the first and most important point here is that we are all manifestors. That's not even something where you can say, I can never learn how to be a manifestor. You can, because you have been manifesting all your life up until here. What you want to do is to hone in on that ability that you have, is to be aware and to be conscious and to be mindful about what you are manifesting into your life, so that you can have control over the things that come into your life, over what you experience in your life. And also, when situations that are not probably what you would have expected them to be come into your life, then those become, you can then say, well, what are the lessons for me to learn here? Sometimes the situations call for us to grow, and sometimes we can reject those situations. We can say, well, I don't want this situation because it's negative. But it's the universe saying, well, I want you to expand, especially once we put it out there. Once we pray and we say, I want more of these, typically what happens is it's going to require us to expand in one way or another, to flex muscles that we haven't flexed before, to do things that we haven't done before. And so that process of expansion and going into new territory requires us to come out of our comfort zone, and embracing that allows us to even open up more opportunities for us to manifest even bigger and greater things into our lives. So I hope this video has helped, has inspired, or has taught something. If it has, if there's something you'd love to share, I definitely would love to hear from you in the comment section below. So feel free to do so. Otherwise, until next time, I wish you so much love and light. Take great care of yourself. Bye for now.